We will come to the joints. The point at which two or more bones meet is called a joint. Like for example, here there is a bone of the leg. Okay, so this bone is attached to this bone. Okay, now this place is known as a joint. Okay, so joint means the point at which two or more bones meet together. Okay, now after meeting together, they should be attached to something. Otherwise, they cannot be fixed. Okay, that stretchy tissue which is joining the two bones together is known as a ligament. Okay, what is a ligament? When two bones are joining together so that they don't move. Okay, they be flexible. There is a thing which is made up of tissues that is known as a ligament. Okay. Now first there also we have many types of joints. So the first joint is the hinge joint. Okay, so this hinge joint is present in the knees, elbows, fingers and toes. Okay, now these bones, as you can see, they open and close only in one direction. Like for example, you see the door or a window. When you open the window or a door, they move only in one direction. Okay, either they close or they open. Okay, in the same way, the bones which are present in the knees, in the elbow and fingers and toes, they move only in one direction. That is front and back. If you move towards sidewards, they will break. Understood? So that's why they are named as the hinge joint. Now I would like you all to open your fingers and close your fingers. Okay. Now as you can see, they open and close only in one direction. Okay. You cannot turn it towards the right and the left. If you force it, then it will break. Okay. So hinge joint are joints which move only forward and backward. Okay, back and forth. Where are they present? They are present in the knee, elbows, fingers and toes. Okay, this is the picture of the what? Of your leg. Yes. Now, this is another joint which is known as ball and socket joint. Can you see here? This joint is like a ball. Okay, this is a ball and a socket joint. And it allows movement in many directions. Okay, like have you seen a person's throwing a ball in the cricket? Yes, now he will roll the ball and twist his arm and throw it. Yeah, now that is the ball and sock joint which is helping him to throw the ball in many directions. Okay, you can roll your arm. Yes, you can move it forward, backward, behind. That is because of the ball and socket joint. Okay, so and this joint is present where? In your hips and the shoulder. Okay, where is ball and socket joint present? In your hip and in your shoulder. Okay, then next is the pivot joint. Okay, where do you think this joint is? The joint which is connecting your skull to your backbone. Okay, that is the neck bone, vertebrae. Okay, so that is called a pivot joint. The pivot joint is present between the skull and the first two vertebrae of your vertebral column. Can you see here the neck part? Okay, these bones are the vertebral column bones. Okay, so you can see clearly here there is a red mark here. That is the pivot joint which is connecting what? Connecting the skull to the neck. Understood? And this joint allows movement of the head sideways, upwards and downwards. You only do and see. Yes, you can move your head up, you can bend your head down and you can also move it to the right and the left. Okay, so that all you are doing with the help of which joint? Pivot joint. Okay, so we have learned till now hinge joint which is present in knees, elbows, fingers and toes. Then we learnt about the ball and socket joint which is present where? Hips and shoulders. Next we learnt about the pivot joint. It is present between the skull and the vertebral column. Next we will come to the gliding joint. Okay, so this gliding joint is present in our wrist and ankle. Okay, you know what is wrist? Where you tie your watch. Yes, wrist and ankle. As you all can see that when you are turning your wrist, okay, you can turn it easily. Yeah, you can rotate it. In the same way, ankle also you can rotate. Okay, so this gliding joint is present in your wrist and ankle, and it allows movement backward, forward, side to side, sliding movement of one bone to another. When you move, you rotate your finger, you will have that tuck, tuck sound noise coming. That is because the bones are sliding. Okay, they rub each other when they are rotating. Did you understand, students? Now we learnt about 4 joints: hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, and gliding joint. As you all know that today we are learning about 3 types of systems. The skeletal system, which we have already done. Now we will move on to the muscular system. The next system is the muscular system. Muscles cover bones throughout the body. Okay, muscles cover the bones throughout the body. Now you can see in this picture here. Can you see here bones are visible? They are not much visible because the bones are all covered by the muscles. Okay, the bones are all covered by the muscles. They are attached to the bones with the help of special tissues called tendons. Okay, so bones are covered by muscles with the special tissues called as what? Tendons. Okay, now what are these muscles doing? Muscles work together with bones to make the movement easy. Okay, so they help the bone to move. They produce movement by pulling on the bones. Okay, when the muscles pull, the bone moves. Okay, if there are no muscles, then the bones cannot move. Okay, next we will come to know what are the 3 types of muscles. Mainly we have 3 types of muscles. The first muscle is the skeletal muscles. Okay, second are the smooth muscles, and third are the cardiac muscles. Okay, now skeletal muscles they are covering the skeletal system. They help in the movements like raising our hand up and down or kicking something, okay, or in walking, running, all this kind of movement, the muscles which are doing are called skeletal muscles, and they are called as voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles means they do the function with our wish. Like for example, you want to pull something up. Okay, so you are taking the ball in your hand. So you take the ball, that is your own wish, voluntary. You are ordering your body to pick up the ball. So that is called as the voluntary muscle. Okay, so muscles which help to move the bone. Okay, then you want to kick a ball. Yes, the leg itself will not move. You will give the command to the leg to kick the ball, then it moves. So that is known as voluntary voluntary action. With your own wish you are doing something. Next muscles are smooth muscles. Now these smooth muscles are our internal muscles. The muscles which are present inside, which are smooth, like the muscles in the stomach, intestine and blood vessels where the blood flows. Okay, so the muscles which are there, those are smooth muscles. They are called involuntary muscles. Okay, then we have cardiac muscle. They are also involuntary muscles. They are muscles which are very tough. Okay, and this involuntary muscles, they are not in our control. Okay, like can you ask the heart to stop? No, we cannot make the heart stop. Okay, so those muscles which are not in our control, they are called involuntary muscles. So smooth muscles and cardiac muscles are not in our control. They are involuntary muscles. Skeletal muscles are in our control. They are voluntary muscles.